G'day viewers, this is Troy from the Troy's Visual Arts channel. Here's the latest update on my Astor radio restoration progress. I got in touch with John Hunter, Cool 386, about the capacitor issue, as I was trying to look for replacement capacitors that I just wasn't finding any that were closely matched. Well, anyhow, he told me that I can use common values on. I need to, like, the capacitors need to be at least 450 volts, the high voltage ones. So yeah, I've replaced the 8 microfarad capacitor with a 10 microfarad capacitor, 450 volt, and I've bunged two 10 microfarad capacitors, 450 volts together to make 20 microfarad, which replaces the 16 microfarad capacitor. And not sure if I might have mentioned in the previous video that there was like a capacitor missing going from the 6V 6GT valve pin 8 down to ground. Well, if I did mention there actually was a capacitor there previously, and I just kind of forgotten about it. It was this capacitor here, which is 25 microfarad 40 volts. I've replaced that with a 22 microfarad 40 volt capacitor, so that's all good. Okay, so I've pretty much replaced most of the parts. I'm now looking at the wires, because the insulation on at least some of the wires, or several of the wires, has gone brittle and is crumbling. So I'm pretty much deliberately breaking the insulation on the brittle insulated wires, and I'm going to replace them with heat shrink and sleeving, that yellow sleeving. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm actually really thinking about replacing all the old rubber insulated wires with the heat shrink and the sleeving, because I don't really trust the old rubber wires. I mean, some of them are brittle, some of them are gone kind of slightly tacky, in which they easily can be pulled apart. So yeah, it's best that I replace them all with the heat shrink and the sleeving. All right. Well, okay. Also, I've put the new capacitors in as mentioned. I've actually decided to leave the original capacitors in there, but they're pretty much now inert. They're not connecting to nothing. I'm just leaving them for show pretty much. So just as an aesthetic sort of thing. Alrighty, well, yeah. Anyhow, so I'm just gonna fix up those wires and start putting this radio back together again. And stay tuned for my next update on this Astor radio restoration progress. This is Troy from Troy's Visual Arts channel, signing out.